2026 is coming to an end, and whoever's working towards success or the dream that you may have, it may look like nothing's happened this year and you have nothing to show for the 12 months that we just had. We're in the last month of the year 2026, and next month, right? And we have nothing to show for it. Me, you, and whoever else is watching. But we're working towards the vision. We're working toward the success that we want, the dream that we we have, that we want to achieve, right? And I'm making this video to say, if it hasn't worked out for you yet, that means it's still working on you. You know, it's still some character that you need to build in order to be worthy and able to maintain what you want, right? So you want to be a millionaire, you want to be a professional in your sport, or whatever your dreams are or your success looks like. You have to go through the stages before you eventually get that thing, right? You can't skip the process. You have to go through seasons where it's just you and your craft, nothing else comes between that, right? You have to go through seasons where it's just you. Nobody else is coming to save you. It's just you. It might feel lonely, or you might feel alone. It's up to you how you make it. There's a difference between loneliness and being alone. You could use the time while you're alone to work toward the success that you want, the dream that you want to achieve, or you could just sit in your sadness and cry every day about being lonely. But either way, the time is gonna pass, so you have to make the choice. That's another season that you have to go through, another stage. You can't skip the process. You're gonna go through a stage where it's gonna be awkward at first when you first start out with whatever you're trying to do, or you're trying to accomplish. It's gonna be awkward. You're gonna be bad at it. You're not gonna really know how to do it, but you just have to start, right? Me, I started YouTube almost 3 months ago. Off my phone, I would use a water bottle to hold it up. I didn't have no mic. I didn't have this. I didn't have the tripod. I didn't have none of that, right? But I started. I made 30 videos in the first month. They weren't great. I wasn't really good at it. You can go back and watch my first video. I'm nervous. I'm stuttering. Like, I wasn't good. But you have to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And it's like, you just have to start. You can't wait until you get this or get that to start. You have to start, and you have to start without the support that you wish you had. It's just gonna be you and God sometimes. God is not gonna elevate you or give you what you want without putting you through the stages to be worthy of maintaining it. You know what I mean? So you can't skip steps. Those are seasons you have to go through before you get what you want or what you dream about, right? Or what you're working towards. You can't skip steps, and you have to just keep showing up even when it looks like nothing's happening. It may look like everything's falling apart, but everything's falling into place. You know what I mean? It may look like nothing's happening until everything happens. And that's why you just have to have a strong sense of belief and faith in what you're trying to achieve or what you're setting out to achieve. I'm making this video to motivate you to achieve your dreams or your success or whatever it is, and I'm also motivated myself, right? It's the start of December, and you probably have nothing to show for this year, but I'm making this video to tell you it's coming. You have to stay patient. You know what I mean? You can't skip the process. You have to stay patient. It's coming. You might go through a season, in addition to being alone, starting for the first time. You might go through a season where everything goes to shit. Everything falls apart, or like you're in a storm. But you can't bitch about it. You can't cry about it. You just have to go through it. You can't outrun the storm. It's coming either way. You can keep running from it, and it's gonna keep chasing you, or you could just stand up, firm it, and be through it. Be present in it. And the quicker you do that, the quicker it passes. The quicker the bad moments or the bad situation that you're in passes. You know what I mean? So it's really up to you. There's two different types of people. When they're in a difficult situation, one person is gonna run away from it and try their best not to face it, and one person is gonna face it head on. That person that's running away from it is always gonna get chased by the storm because it's still coming towards them. You can't outrun the storm. You know what I mean? So it's like you have to make the decision. Either you do the hard thing now and it gets easier later, or you put off the hard thing and it gets harder later. But it's up to you. You know what I mean? So you can't outrun the storm. You just have to stick to it. You know what I mean? And it's like you have to have a strong sense of faith while you're in the storm, knowing that storms pass. This is just a season where that you have to go through. It's not breaking you, but it's building you. You know, pressure breaks pipes and it also builds diamonds. You have to understand that. You have to be okay with that, right? You have to listen to people who've been on the journey towards success, who've been on the journey towards achieving, you know, high uh high accomplishments, whatever, right? You have to be on that journey. You have to look at those people and say, okay, they've been through it. I'm not the first person that's been through it, so it's not like it's nothing new. You know what I mean? You're not the first person to go through this season or this difficult moment whilst trying to achieve something. There's many people, everybody who's achieved something has gone through a moment like that, or a season like that, or a period like that, right? And you have to take your greatest inspirations and, you know, like, kind of comfort yourself in a way, knowing that it's gonna be all right. You know, for me, when I'm in a difficult period and I want to kind of shake back into a resilient mindset, I listen to some Nipsey Hussle. You know, because Nipsey Hussle speaks a lot of truth and game in his music about, you know, the journey, what it takes to be good or great or what you're trying to do. And I listen to the music and it motivates me. It makes me feel better knowing that everything's gonna work out, right? So you have to just be patient. Understand that it's gonna take time. It never happens overnight, but it's gonna happen over time, right? And there's this one Michael Beasley quote where he was talking to a child and he was like, everybody's overnight success, right? But God has a night where it's all gonna click. You don't know when that night is. All you can do is just work towards every day, just getting better, working towards the vision, the dream, the success that you want, one step at a time. And then over time you're gonna see, bam, it happens one night. And to everybody else it's gonna look like an overnight success. But to you, you know you put in the work. You know how long it took, the hours it took, the sweat it took, the blood it took, the tears it took, right? And you have to be okay with that, okay with putting in work over a long period of time without seeing the results. You know, even this year, putting in the work from the start of the year to the end of the year, and being okay with having nothing to show for it, but knowing that you're a year closer. You know what I mean? Knowing that it's all gonna work out, knowing that even though it didn't happen this year, it can happen next year, as long as I don't quit. You know, you quit today and you don't know how close you are to achieving what you want to achieve, right? Everybody wants to be a millionaire but don't have the patience, the mentality, the resilience to do it. Everybody wants to be a professional athlete, doesn't have the mentality, the grit, the resilience to stay the path, stay the journey, right? And you know, it's really like that's what separates the winners from the losers. The winners are losers. They just didn't quit. They're just losers who tried one more time, right? And you know, you just have to also have a strong sense of faith. Faith is working towards what you believe in. Faith is knowing that everything is going to work out. Faith is putting trust in the universe or life, the player always supposed to, or God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I put my faith in Jesus Christ. When times get hard, I pray. Even when it's good, I still pray, right? God is the peace that you need throughout the journey. Talk to him. God, push me past my limits. Push me past my full potential. God, give me rest. Give me the resilience I need to endure this hard time. God is gonna help you along the journey, right? And it's like you just have to put your trust in him. Put your trust in knowing that his plan works out better for you, and it's all a part of the bigger picture, but you have to stay the course in whatever you're trying to achieve. um Believing in God doesn't make you boring, doesn't make you lame. Believing in God is knowing that his plan works out for you, right? The vision that you're working towards, you can't do it on your own, because if it's just you, like Cat Williams said, if it's just you, you can only believe in yourself. And when you lose belief in yourself, that's it. But if it's you and God, when you lose that belief in yourself, you still have belief in God that it's gonna work on. He's gonna bring you through this. He won't walk you to, but he won't walk you through. You know what I mean? And that's ultimately the faith that you have to have, the character that you have to show, the resilience you have to show. You know what I mean? And showing up when it hurts, showing up when you're tired, showing up when it's painful. That separates the winners and the losers. Nobody's gonna come and do it for you. Nobody's gonna come and save you. You have to do it. So this is the last month of the year. Push yourself past your full potential. Go hard. And if it doesn't work out this month, if it hasn't worked, it's still working on you. You're still developing the character. And then when it works out for you, it's already worked on you, so that you're ready to handle what worked out for you. You know what I mean? You're ready to carry it. You're ready to maintain it. You're ready to be the person that's worthy of having it. You know what I mean? And that's ultimately going to get you further than somebody who got the success but doesn't have the character to withhold it. To who can't handle the pressure of having that success. There's a quote that's like, some people are scared to be successful because they know we're going to tell them to do it again. And that's very true. Some people are scared to be successful because they know it's not in them to go and do it again. They know it was luck the first time. They know they can't do it again. And it's like, you can't be one of those persons, because that success that you get is not going to last. The success that you really want is the one where you have the character to be able to hold it. You have the character to be able to maintain it. You're the person that's worthy of having it and maintaining it, right? And ultimately, that's what it comes down to. So whoever's watching this, or whoever is going to watch this, stay the course, be patient, have faith, and ultimately work like it's up to you, and leave the rest in God's hands. So work like it's up to you, pray like it's up to God, and everything will work out. You will get the success that you want. You will have everything that you wanted to have. You will be everything that you wanted to be, But work like it's up to you. You have to put in the work as well. Nobody's going to come and do it for you. There's somebody out there right now who's putting in the work towards the dream that you have. You're not the only person with that dream. You're not the only person with that idea. But you have to act quickly, Because if you don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. And then you're going to watch them get jealous, thinking, oh, that should have been me. That should have been me. I should have been doing this. But you didn't put in the work, You have to hustle for what you want. You have to be a hustler. And understand that everything you want, you're going to get because you work towards it, right? So, work like it's up to God. Pray like it's up to you. Nah. Work like it's up to you. Pray like it's up to God. And that's it. That's all.